Okay, hotspots. Let's get into this. This one is going to be a little long because of the different types of hotspots that there are. And I want to show you how to create one. So here we see we have a question. We have what a map. We have a question. What location on the map was the site of the turning point of the Civil War? And then select the correct answer. With hotspots, students should be able to select the questions. So this is one type of question. Another type is this, where you have the graphic organizer shows the physical characteristics affected the development of the early United States. Which physical characteristics? So still telling you, giving you background of what you're looking for. And then the question, which physical characteristics contributed most to the development of shipbuilding industry in the northeastern states? Select three answers. When you first see this, you really don't think hotspot because it looks kind of like multiple select, right? Because I have to select more than one answer. However, when you look at the question, they really have to transfer information from a map into content, right? To be able to select this answer. And we're going to look at what that looks like. And then there are others such as art, right? So we can look at art and you can have hotspot questions on art with selecting groups or significance, etc. So there are a variety of ways that you do this, right? But the number one way that we've seen most hotspots are connected to some type of map. So what do? You use maps. Maps, and more maps. Locate all battles, turning points, and major events on maps. Where's the Women's Rights Convention? It's in New York. Okay, let's find New York. Map it. It's here. Where's the battle where the shot was heard around the world? Let's find Lexington and Concord and map it, right? So in that instance, the curriculum has maps. The curriculum has maps resource. They have active classroom. They have atlas activities. Use the maps. Don't just use the maps. Don't just give it to the kids. Teach the kids how to use it. So in this case, you really want to let them decide which map they're going to use, right? To answer the question, have them answer the question and have them justify their answers of the question. Here's one using an atlas where you want to teach them how to read those atlases, really prep them and get train their eye to look at it. But not just that, but also being able to locate, right? The other thing here is that in this question, we can see that it's asking you about Northeastern. So we already teach the region, New England, Middle, and Southern. We put those on the map, but then we simply may leave out like Northeastern, Mid Atlantic, Southern coastline. Like use that language. Put a compass rose in the room. Let kids identify where it is. Even as we grow the nation, you want to be able to see where these areas are. So in the case that you take away the map, the content is still transferable. Whenever I think Northeast, I'm thinking the upper right hand side of the map. What's there? New England. That has to be transferable. We're seeing a lot more language like that. So we do not want to cheat the students. So it really comes down to your instruction. Now, how do I make this? How do I transfer this to a student facing task? So I started with the maps that they use. So they will use maps like this for each one of the battles where they investigate each battle on a map. Here, we're going to analyze the map, the different parts of the map, be able to read the map. Then I'm going to take that same map and I'm going to add questions to it that can later be transferred to a non labeled map. Um, and then I find a map that is upload a color book picture of the map. I use text boxes to label the map because I couldn't find one that suited me. Um, but because you cannot select the circles, if you put the spots on there, the students can't select it with these text boxes. You have to turn this into an image simply by using your snipping tool, your snipping sketch. You'll select the image. And so now you have another image, right? So now this doesn't, the say so move, and you can add your circles on there. You have all of your questions that you want to use. You can either decide to give this to the kids all on one page as a task where they color code the dots, or you can give it to them one at a time where they're only selecting one at a time. Know that in this case, you do not want to move the map once you put the spots on there because the spots can move. And if the spots move, then the kids are not going to select the correct spot, right? So you do want to prompt the kids not to move it. And to select the spot, simply click on it. And then if you're going to have them color it, they color it. Um, the different colors, or they'll still have to color it even if they're just selecting one, because that's how you would select it using a slide deck, using the Google slide decks. Okay. There is a feature inside of Pear Deck that you could use, only now it is no longer free to us, so I'm not going to necessarily recommend it, but I will show you that it is there. It's called Draggable, so you can just add the spots or the flags on your slide deck and students can move it within Pear Deck, only it is no longer free. So I'm not offering that as an option, but just easy free ways to turn content into STAAR 2.0. And how does it transfer? Again, using maps, and more maps. We already teach PEGs. This is region, location, geography, economy, right? We already do that. The only thing we're adding here is making sure that they can identify northeastern, mid-Atlantic, southeast, southwest. We want them to be able to identify those. And then they're still selecting the same information that they would select. Take that same map that you used here and then just have them label the map using economy, using geography, using the political systems that are in certain colonies that they need to put it on a map. What do we do? Simply put it on a map. That is Hotspot 2.0. And how do you transfer it into instruction?